work for some people, but for others, they aren't so helpful. A food philosophy called intuitive eating aims to change the way we think about our food, and for many, it is a more successful approach. Here to explain is nutrition coach Natalie Jaffe. It's good to see you. I see pie everywhere, so I'm distracted, but let's start with what intuitive eating is.
Yeah, so we live in a diet culture, and yet statistics show that the greatest predictor of weight gain is going on a diet. So while 95% of diets fail, we continually go on them because we blame ourselves and not the diets. Intuitive eating is alternative food philosophy that teaches you to reconnect with your internal hunger and fullness signals, those things that we used to do as a kid just naturally and then somewhere along the lines forgot. So there's actually a great book over here, Intuitive Eating by Evelyn Tribole, which I recommend as a good starting
And that
point.
explains this.
Yeah.
And part of it is that diets are all about I can't, I shouldn't, etc.
Yes.
And so we're kind of pressing things down, and then when you stop the diet, you kind of burst back into your old habits. So this is something that would be more positive and last a little longer,
Exactly,
correct?
because it's flexible. Dieting isn't. It's about, you need to eat at this time or this time,
Right.
whereas intuitive eating is, okay, well, when are you hungry? Okay, then that's when you eat. What are you hungry for? That's what you eat versus, okay, we can only eat this food.
Certain
that
things,
food.
no matter what.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we making here today?
Okay, so we're making mini key lime pie cups. So it's a great summer recipe. You can make it within 15 minutes. They're served chilled, so it's really refreshing. Good to bring to a party. Good for 4th of July. It would have been good
Absolutely.
yesterday, but yeah, good all summer long.
You know what? 4th of July can last for longer if it involves pie. And so is this a special pie in terms of it being better to eat than maybe the normal recipe?
No, I chose this recipe. The great thing about intuitive eating is that no food is off limits.
Okay.
It's really about figuring out what in a moment are you hungry for. Is it something cold or something warm? And letting that be your guide. And ultimately, initially when you start practicing intuitive eating, you might think, oh, I'm only ever going to want pizza and ice cream. That's what I'm always hungry for. But over time, you start to realize that you'd feel sick if you ate that all the time. But that there's a balance and a variety that you're going to crave. And so dessert and a real dessert is part of that balance and is okay. And so I chose this one just because it's refreshing, cool, and delicious.
Excellent. Okay, that's what I wanted to find out about. So let's put it together. Let's see how we do this.
So I've gone ahead and already pre-prepped the filling as well as the crumbs. It takes, again, 15 minutes total time, but to save us some time, we're going to each do 2. So I'll give you 2 cups. And you're going to start by putting a 3rd cup of the graham cracker crumbs.
Let me just pour them on the floor first.
You can use a spoon too. And
I'm just going to use my fingers because I do everything with my fingers at home.
Yep.
And I did just wash my hands, so if anybody's eating my pie. All right.
Yep. And you pack it on down.
Okay. Can I use a spoon for
Yeah,
that?
you can use a spoon, or just shake it down.
Okay. So we get that. Ooh, that looks yummy.
And the great thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. It is kind of messy.
Yeah, I like the way they turn out.
And that's okay. And then you're going to you can use a spoon, and then use this to help get the filling off. But you're going to do about 2 big scoops, and you can see from the example about what we're
What did you put in the filling? What's in here?
So in the filling we have some Greek yogurt, cream cheese here, some condensed milk, key limes. You can either use the key limes and squeeze them, but they're really little and hard to get a lot of juice out of, or you can use the concentrate.
Okay. I think I sort of underfilled this one. Let me catch up. There we go. And the idea is, if I'm not mistaken, that we differentiate between being hungry and craving something, right? What's the difference? What are we supposed to be listening to ourselves about when we feel like we're hungry? When I'm about to eat 5 brownies, what's happening?
Yes, here, I'll have to go ahead and fill this last one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tell my clients that real hunger is below the neck and emotional hunger or craving is above the neck. So real hunger originates in our stomach. It's going to come on more gradually. You're going to be hungry for a variety of things, and you'll be able to sense when you're full a lot more easily. Cravings, on the other hand, are often come on suddenly.
Right.
You're only hungry for a certain food. Traditionally, it's going to be something rich and creamy and desserty. And there's often a feeling of guilt associated. So really asking yourself, where is the hunger originating from is the key.
And so if I'm craving something, let's say, at 7 o'clock at night and I want, a dessert, with intuitive eating, do I eat that?
So with intuitive eating, it's about sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. If it's 7 o'clock at night and you really want the dessert, but you know that it's going to keep you up all night and make it difficult to sleep, then the intuitive answer would be no. To maybe have a glass of water or maybe a snack that isn't as high in sugar that might keep you up. But
So
sometimes,
you're a little more aware.
right, more aware. So again, it really depends on how it's going to make you feel. Asking yourself.
Okay,
that
so it's not just
question.
what do I want, I'm doing it. It's
Exactly. It's
thinking about
mindful.
this.
It's thinking about
Okay.
it. It's not like just yeah.
Are we
Are
we creaming these babies
and
up?
And then we'll cut a lime and garnish it up, and yeah.
if people talk about cravings all the time because that's when they feel least in control generally.
Yeah.
So what causes cravings, and when they hit you, what do you do?
So cravings come from a variety of things, whether it's or dehydrated, or emotional, sad, depressed. It can be a whole host of things.
Mm-hmm.
And the key when looking at cravings is if you're, say, sleep deprived or chronically stressed, you need to look at the bigger picture and make sure you're addressing how do I get more sleep consistently? How do
Okay.
I get more stress reduction into my life? And sometimes, though, it's 7 o'clock at night and you really want the ice cream. You know it's not going to make you feel good. And that's a time to practice what I call urge surfing.
Okay.
This idea that, cravings last about 20 minutes or so. So coming up with a distraction activity that will give you about 30 minutes for your more rational brain to kick in. And,
You might take my rational brain longer, but that's a good idea. So maybe
yes.
go for a walk or something, see if you still feel like it.
Exactly. And the key with that is to say, if in 30 minutes I still want it, go ahead and enjoy it. And enjoy it might go, and don't carry this guilt with you, because that's when, you start beating yourself up. And
The
increase
yo-yoing
your-
and all of that.
Exactly.
All right, great.
Exactly.
We will link the book to our website, and I appreciate it. And we have loads of pie for people if you would like some key lime. Up next, the Woman Warrior Project, sharing personal stories over social media when New Day returns. Thank you so much. How'd I do?
See you.